Welcome back, yogis. Welcome to another practice with Inner Moon Yoga. Today's practice is a power Vinyasa flow, all for our core. So it's going to be a little boot camp style, so I'm going to add a little bit of some HIIT workout in there as well. But I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet. I'm going to try to keep it to sort of 30 minutes. I always say that to myself and then I talk too much and it goes on longer, but that's my hope, that I'll keep it short, intense, and sweet today. So, and all about the core. So I really encourage you to move through and push yourself, but never to any pain or true discomfort, okay? So just outside your comfort zone, but never pushing it too far where you may have an injury or you won't be able to come back to a practice tomorrow, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna start in a wide-legged seat today. So just opening up your legs just to where you feel something. It doesn't have to be like a gymnastic style. And we'll just begin with a little wrist stretch. So I'm going to bring my fingers towards myself and my palms down onto my mat. And then I'm just going to walk out my hands to where I'm starting to feel a nice, good stretch in the wrists, okay? Wrists are one of those #1 injuries in power yoga. So really always just taking time to find some stretches for them. And this one's an easy, simple one that you can do pretty much anywhere. Just flip your hands around, fingers towards you, palms down, and get a nice stretch for the inner wrist here, just countering all the chaturangas that we do, our sun salutation work. So if you're someone that does a lot of planks or a lot of HIIT work, when you're up, down, the wrists can certainly take a beating. So just taking a little bit of time here just to give them a nice stretch. And if you found some opening, maybe you walk them a little bit further, or if it feels too much, just bring them back in closer, okay? We'll just take 3 more rounds of breath here. Just doing your best to soften through the fingers and the hands, just allowing the tendons and the ligaments in the inside of the wrist there just to let go, elongate, bring some moisture, some lubrication into that region. Just increasing strength and flexibility there. And then just slowly release. You may feel like you want to move the fingers, shake the hands, rotate the wrists a little bit, just to bring back some fresh blood in there. And then just take a nice inhale, and as you exhale, just slowly bring yourself down to wherever you come down in a forward fold here. It still may be high for some of you, okay? So just finding where you just naturally come down. You can bow that head down, chin towards the chest. And just relax the legs. If you come down and it starts to feel too intense on the legs, like you're past that sort of 65% intensity, bring the legs in a little bit, okay? If you have really tight hamstrings and calves, you can always shove something underneath the backs of the knees to take the pressure there off. You don't want to pull a hamstring or a calf muscle. That is no fun. And that's the opposite of what we're trying to do here. Just trying to get a gentle stretch to begin with. And then with the forward fold, we're just trying to find our place on our mat. Just letting go of whatever we've already accomplished today and just allowing yourself a moment here to arrive on your mat, making that connection with the mind and the body, which is the ultimate goal here in yoga. It's what makes it so different from other forms of exercise, and it's not to say that other forms of exercise aren't wonderful and that you can't find that connection, but the true intention behind yoga is to make that connection, that unity. It's to go inward. We have all these physical movements in order to find ourselves deeper within ourselves, to make that connection with our soul or our spirit, our true self, whatever you call that, who you really are. Not the things that we identify with, whether you're a teacher, a doctor, a garbage man, a healthcare worker. These are things that we just do, we identify with, but it's not truly who we are. We're not even the thoughts that we think, those are just thoughts. Our true self is deep inside there. That piece of energy, that soul. So just taking a moment just to try to find a little connection there. And the great way to do that is to use your breath. Just really bring the mind to following your breath.
And your intention of just letting go and just being here for 3 rounds of breath. Trying to keep that breath through the nose. Of course, if that's not serving you today, if you have a cold or allergies, certainly just breathe through the mouth as well, that's okay. And then just slowly bring yourself back up. You can help those legs back together. We'll come into a nice tabletop here. We'll just wake up the spine. So bringing those hands under those shoulders and knees into the hips, and we'll just come into some cat-cows here. So just inhaling into your cow, exhale into your scary cat. I'll just show you from the side if you've never done this move. So inhale into a nice cow pose, exhale into scary cat. And just follow your breath. Also, you can add a little figure 8 to this if you've been to some of my classes. We do a little figure 8. So once you got this rhythm of the cat-cow going, then you just add this little twist where you're making, like as if you're drawing a circle with the crown of your head and your seat. And you just stay in one direction for a little bit as you're doing this cat-cow movement as well. Now it can feel super silly at first, or you can't sort of find the rhythm, so just give yourself a moment or two just to play around. If the twist really doesn't feel good and it feels too uncomfortable and you can't just settle into it, then let go of it and just be with the cat-cow. Now that we found that rhythm, I'm going to change directions with that drawing of the circle. So now I'm drawing the opposite way with the crown of my head and my seat. Still continuing with that cat-cow. And yes, it could look silly, but man, is it so good for the whole core, your spine, your hips. Awesome. Let's do 3 more just like this. Trying to find your rhythm and knowing that there's no right or wrong. Just if it feels good, then stay with whatever you're doing. Awesome. Just coming back to neutral tabletop position. We'll come into a nice strong plank here. So the knees can certainly stay down if that's better for you today. Otherwise, we're coming up into a traditional plank pose. We're gonna go down for 3 chaturanga push-ups. So coming down halfway, keeping those elbows nice and tucked. So I'm coming down halfway and then coming back up, okay? 2 more. Yep, arms this morning. Last one, nice job. Okay, now we're gonna come all the way down. So nice and slow, keeping those elbows tucked, bring your whole self down. Awesome job. Keep those hands where they're at. We're gonna take 3 little baby cobra twists to each side. So we're inhaling and twisting, and I'm opening to the right, and then coming back to center. Inhale up into that cobra twist to the left, coming back to center. We'll do 2 more on each side here. The elbows still stay nice and close to the body. Just coming up to where it feels right for you, just waking up that lower spine. 1 more on each side. Opening up that twist, and then coming back down. 1 more on the left, and bringing it back down. Awesome job. Curl those back toes, press back, down dog. Woo. Just take that nice exhale, let it go. You can pedal out the knees a little bit. If child's pose at any time instead of down dog serves you better, drop the knees, no problem, find child's pose. It's always there for you. Otherwise, just making any movement or non-movement, maybe just finding stillness in your first down dog feels best today, and that's okay too. Another little trick too, I like to rotate my hands slightly in down dog so that my thumbs go straight up to the top of my mat, my fingers are pointing out to the side a little bit. That way you get that really great rotation on the arms, the inside of the elbows go to the sky. It takes a lot of the pressure off the wrists. Up to you, you find you. But I always just like to share any tricks or hacks that I have found along the way. Then when you're ready, just slowly walk those feet to those hands. We're gonna hang out in a nice forward fold, dangle pose here. So feet hip width apart. You can certainly have a great bend in the knees. If you have tight hamstrings or calves, you're gonna wanna put a bend in the knees. And just waking up the back body here. Again, bringing any movement, okay? Never be shy to bring any movement as you move through any type of yoga practice. Even in a yin style when we're trying to hold a stretch. If it feels good to roll the neck or sort of sway from side to side, go for it. That's a natural way that the body will try to release tension. Sorry about that, that's my music clock. It plays music on the hour. So again, just letting go, softening. That's our intention here, just supporting our body before we start to bring any intensity to it. Then when you're ready on your inhale, we'll come into that half lift. So I'm gonna bring my palms to my shins. I'm coming up halfway. A nice long spine here, neutral neck. I'm pulling those shoulders away from the ears. I'll just take 2 more rounds of breath here. And then on the exhale, we'll slowly come back into that forward fold. I'm gonna bend those knees if they're not already bent, put a really great bend in them, and I'm gonna roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Getting some nice space between each of those vertebrae as I come up. My shoulders, my head, and my neck are gonna last the party. If you feel dizzy as you come up, keep the head bowed down, chin to chest for another round or 2 of breath, just allowing the blood to reach the head. And then when you feel okay, that's when you lift the head up. Awesome. We'll take a nice inhale, just find a little twist here. So bring those hands overhead. I'm gonna interlace my fingers palm to the sky. I'm just gonna twist over to the right, coming back to center, and twist over to the left, coming back to center. Now I'm gonna hold on, right hand to left wrist, and just arch over. Back to center. I'm gonna switch that wrist, holding on to the right wrist and arching over. Nice job. Coming back to center. Perfect. Bring those hands back down. We're gonna do a couple of rounds of sun salutations just to build a little energy. Then we're gonna have a little section of a little bit of HIIT work just for 1.5 minutes to really get that heart rate up, all with the focus on working the core, okay? So we'll take a nice inhale, raise those arms overhead, the palms touch. Exhale the bow forward. Inhale into that half lift, neutral spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step that right foot back, left foot back, plank pose. Exhale to lower yourself down. Inhale into that nice cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale that left foot up to the sky. Step it forward. Right comes to meet it. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms out to the side, swan dive all the way up. Palms touch. Exhale to bow forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step that left foot back. Right goes to meet it, plank pose. Exhale to lower your whole self down. Inhale into that nice cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale that right foot up to the sky. Step it forward. Left comes to meet it, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms out to the side, swan dive all the way up, palms touch. Exhale to bow forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step or float this time to the back of your mat, plank pose. Exhale to lower your whole self down. Inhale into a nice cobra. Exhale, down dog. Bending those knees, stepping or floating to the top of your mat this time, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms out to the side, swan dive all the way up, palms touch. Exhale to bow forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step or float to the back of your mat, plank pose. Your choice here if you want to come halfway into an up dog or all the way into a cobra. Exhale, down dog. Bending those knees, stepping or floating to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold.
Inhale, arms out to the side, swan dive all the way up. Palms touch this time, hands to heart center. Close the eyes and take a moment to be. Notice that heart. Hopefully it's pumping a little bit harder. The energy is flowing. Give yourself a little smile, a little smirk for arriving on a yoga mat today and offering up your practice. You can release the hands, open the eyes. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of HIIT here. We got 3 little quick 30 seconds just to fire up the heart, get the heart pumping, burn out a little bit of our big muscles just so that we're burning far more calories as we move through the remainder of our work, okay, in a short practice. So we got 3 moves, 30 seconds each, okay? The first one, 30 seconds, is high knees, okay? Now, if high knees does not suit you, the impact's too much, you can do 1 knee up at a time, okay? Whichever version you're in, we got 30 seconds on the clock. So if you're going with the high knees, you want to bring them up as high as possible, as quick as possible. You can incorporate the arms to assist you. And same, if you're stepping 1 knee up at a time, bring it up as high as it works for you. Nice job. We got 10 seconds, here we go. Nice and high, get them up, get them up. Awesome, last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. Okay, 2 more to go. So the next one is skaters, but we're gonna alternate. So it looks like this. We're gonna start at the top of our mat. I'm gonna step back, touch, step forward, and then do the opposite side, okay? If that feels weird, you can stay with traditional skaters and just go side to side, okay? Whichever version is suiting you best. We're gonna start in 5 seconds here, just make it easy on the clock, okay? We got 30 seconds. Let's go with those skaters. And just bringing down that hand to where it works for you, okay? It may be too much for the spine to touch the floor, and that's okay. So just bring it down and get a nice stretch as you cross that arm over the opposite leg for that skater. Okay, the opposite, or the back foot crosses over that front foot. Nice job. We're almost there. Last 5, last 4, last 3, last 2, last 1. Awesome. Okay, final move is surfer squats. So it looks like this. So you're coming and you got 1 leg in front, doesn't matter which one to be in. Coming down in a nice squat, switching the other side as if you're surfing a nice wave, okay? And again, if the impact is too much for you, you're just stepping it. So you're starting, you're stepping up to change that front leg, okay? So whichever version you're in, we got, what do we got? Let's give it 5 more seconds just to make it simple on the clock and catch our breath a little bit more. So beginning in that nice surfer squat, here we go, 30 seconds on the clock. Just alternating whether you're doing the impacted version or you're stepping it. Coming nice and low with that seat. Okay, get the most out of it. We're only here for another 15 seconds. You got this. I know it burns, but try to stay with it. Awesome. Last 5, last 4, last 3, last 2, one more. Awesome. Okay, shake it out. Catch your breath for a moment. If you're really having a hard time to catch your breath, take a nice inhale and then blow the candles through the mouth with your exhale, okay? Awesome job. When you're ready, we're gonna meet back at the top of our mat. We'll go through 2 more sun salutations and then we'll add on to that, okay? So if you feel like you should have a sip of water, pause the video, have a sip of water, and then come back, okay? So finding a nice foundation for those feet, the top of your mat. Take a nice inhale, raise those arms overhead, palms touch. Exhale to bow forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step or float to the back of your mat, plank pose. Exhale to lower yourself down. Inhale into a nice cobra.
Exhale, down dog. Bending those knees, stepping or floating to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale those arms out to the side, swan dive all the way up, palms touch. Exhale to bow forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step or float to the back of your mat, plank pose. Exhale to lower down. Inhale into that nice cobra. Exhale, down dog. 3 rounds of breath in your down dog here. Again, if child's pose serves you better here, drop the knees, no problem, okay? Just find those nice exhales. Awesome. Then when you're ready, you're going to inhale that right foot up to the sky. Oops. Step it forward. Drop that back foot to a 45-degree angle. Come up into your warrior one pose, okay? So nice lunge in that front leg. And then we're going to bring those hands behind our back, clasp those fingers, and just get a nice little chest stretch here. So pull those hands back and down. Still a nice warrior one with the lower body here. We'll take 2 more rounds of breath. Maybe that lunge gets a little bit deeper. Then on an exhale, we'll find humble warrior. So that right knee comes to the inside of that, or sorry, right shoulder comes to the inside of the right knee. Hanging out here for 3 rounds of breath. And just coming down to where it works for you, okay? We're all gonna look different in it. So just doing your best. Then slowly releasing those hands on either side of that right foot. Rotate those left toes to the top of the mat. We're in a low lunge with that left knee up. I'm gonna bring that right hand up to the sky, open up my chest to the sky, and then I'm gonna thread the needle. Right hand under left arm, then back to the sky, okay? Let's do 4 more, just like that. Just a nice little flow. Right hand curves under, and then back to the sky. Awesome, let's do 1 more here. 1 more, thread the needle, and then back to the sky. Awesome. Bring that right hand back down to your mat. Drop that left back foot to a 45-degree angle again. Rainbow those arms up into warrior 2. Awesome. From here, we're gonna bring a reverse prayer up the back. So I'm trying to bring my palms together, my fingertips to the sky. If that doesn't work for you, you can do knuckle to knuckle behind you, okay? The gaze goes out to the side as we're in this pose. Take a nice inhale, straighten that front leg. Exhale, settle back down into it. Nice. Inhale to straighten the front leg. Exhale to settle back in. Let's do that one more time. Inhale to come up. Exhale to settle and hold here. Awesome. And really trying to pull those elbows back. Get a nice stretch for those biceps and shoulders. We'll take 2 more rounds of breath just like this. Nice lunge in that front leg. I know that right leg's probably talking to you, and that's okay. Then just slowly release those arms, straighten that front leg, rotate the toes out to the side, and then heel toe in 2 times, and then toes come out for goddess pose. So it's a wide squat, a sumo squat, okay? The hands behind the head, as if you were doing bicycle abs. And we're just gonna go same elbow to same knee. So I'm coming over, right elbow to right knee, back to center, left elbow to left knee, back to center. And just follow with your rhythm, trying to stay low on that goddess squat, and just let those legs burn a little bit. Nice job. Let's do 2 more on each side. You got this. A little bit lower. 1 more on each side. Awesome job. Come back to center. Straighten those legs. Turn those toes out to the side and forward fold there. A nice wide-legged fold. Awesome job. Walk those hands to the top of your mat. Rotate both toes facing the top of the mat. Drag that right foot back. Plank pose. Exhale to lower yourself down. Inhale into that nice cobra. Exhale, down dog. Woo. We'll take 2 more rounds of breath here in this down dog. Take a nice inhale through the nose and a big sigh exhale through the mouth. Awesome. On your inhale, raise that left foot up to the sky. Step it forward for warrior one on this side so that back foot drops to the 45-degree angle. Arms to the sky to begin with. Find that nice warrior one position for yourself. Then bring those hands behind your back. This time that funky baby finger on the bottom, okay? And then open up that chest. Find that warrior one with the lower body. Awesome. Nice lunge. Don't cheat yourself. Get that burn. It's short, but it's intense. I know. Awesome. 2 more rounds of breath, just like this. Opening up that chest. You can even bring the gaze up to the sky if that serves you. 1 more round of breath. And then find humble warrior. So left shoulder to the inside of the left knee. Awesome. Strong back leg. Taking 3 rounds of breath here in your version of humble warrior. Still a nice lunge in that front leg. Don't back off on it. And then slowly release those hands on either side of that left foot. Rotate those right toes to the top of the mat. So we're in this low lunge position with the right knee up. Keeping that right hand on the mat this time, left arm to the sky, and then thread that left hand under the right arm, thread the needle, and then back to the sky. Awesome. Really opening it up. Find this nice twist on either end. Perfect. We'll do 2 more just like that. 1 more. And then open it to the sky. And bring that left hand back down. Drop that right foot back to a 45-degree angle. Rainbow those arms back up into warrior 2. Again, that reverse prayer up the back. Nice lunge in that front knee. Awesome. Gaze out to the side this time. Same as last time, but just away from our traditional gaze to the front. Opening up as much as you can, pulling those elbows back. Again, if the palm to palm reverse prayer doesn't work, do the knuckle to knuckle, okay? Inhale, straighten that front leg. Exhale, settle back into it. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, deepen. Last time, inhale, straighten. Exhale, settle and hold. Awesome job. 2 rounds of breath, nice lunge. Let it burn. Let it get activated. Awesome. Then slowly release those hands. Turn the toes out to the opposite side of the room. Heel toe in 2 times, toes out. Goddess pose. We're going to bring those hands behind the head again. And we got that same elbow, the same knee. So right elbow to right knee, back to center. Left elbow to left knee, back to center. And just find your rhythm. Try not to collapse too far forward. Stay nice and long through the spine. Awesome. We got 2 more on each side. Awesome. 1 more on each side. Perfect. Coming back up. Straighten those legs, turn those toes straight out to the side. Exhale as you forward fold into your wide-legged fold. Ooh, awesome. Rotate both toes to the top of the mat. Drag that left foot back, plank pose. Inhale to the top of your plank. Exhale to lower down. Inhale into a nice cobra. Exhale, down dog. Woo. 3 rounds of breath in your down dog or your child's pose. Just catching your breath, finding that connection, going back inward, staying with that place of compassion for yourself and for your practice. Awesome. On your next inhale, we're going to come into a nice plank. Woo, nice strong plank. Then from here, we're going to come into a nice up-down plank. So we're going to come down onto those elbows and then back onto the palms, okay? Down onto the elbows, up onto the palms. And just trying to alternate as you do this. So sometimes I'll forget and I'm favoring one side than the other, and that's okay. But when you recognize, just try to alternate the up-down. Perfect. Let's do 3 more up-downs. If the knees need to come down, no problem, bring the knees down. It's all good. It's still fierce. Perfect. And then we'll end coming back onto the palms. We'll meet there. Perfect. And then from here, we're gonna come into a side plank. I'm gonna bring that left forearm parallel to the top of my mat. I'm gonna rotate on my side, heel toe my feet. I'm gonna bring that right hand behind my head. I'm gonna go elbow to elbow crunch. Let's bring that right elbow to the left and then back. Awesome. And back to the sky. Let's do 4 more on this side. Now, if that left knee needs to come down, no problem, put the left knee down. Perfect. We got 1 more crunch here. Let's get 1 more in. Awesome. Rotate back onto those palms. Woo, woo, woo. That's a doozy. Then we'll bring that right forearm parallel to the top of the mat. Rotate. I'm going heel to toe, but you can always drop that right knee. Left fingers behind the head, elbow to elbow crunch. Awesome. So we'll do the same. We've got 6 more on this side. Just trying to find your version, your side crunch. Perfect. Last 3. Let's get 1 more in. Perfect. Coming back to that plank. Ooh, hold this plank. Let's hold this plank for 30 seconds, okay? So your version, whether it's full plank or knees down, let's do 30 seconds on the clock, starting now. So a nice strong plank. So the booty's not really high, or you're not dipping and hurting the lower spine. Finding that sweet spot in the middle where the core is engaged, shooting energy out of the crown of the head and the heels of the feet. Last 10 seconds, we got this. Woo-hoo-hoo. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop those knees, sit back, child's pose. Oh yes, my dear. That was amazing. All right, all the hard work's done. We'll do a little stretch before we call it quits, okay? Stay with me, okay? This is just as important as all that hard work. This is going to be the reward for the hard work that you just put in. So finding a nice tabletop position here, coming up, those hands under those shoulders. We're going to thread the needle from tabletop. So I'm going to take that right hand, thread it under the left, bringing the back of that right shoulder down. I like to bring that left hand to the small of the back, but if that doesn't work for you, if you like to keep that left palm on the floor, that's no problem, okay? These are just ideas of what may feel good for you. Listening to the true teacher here, which is inside each of us, okay? So whatever feels right for you, that is your teaching. And listen to that and follow that. Just hang here for about 3 more rounds of breath. Just trying to soften, catch our breath, let go. All the while getting a nice little stretch here for the upper body. Also into the spine as well. And then just coming back to that neutral tabletop, and we'll just set up for the other side here. So I'm going to thread that left hand under the right arm this time, bring the side of my face down. I again like that right hand on the small of my back. Maybe like it to the sky. Find whatever version that works for you. Again, just listening to what you need in this moment. And it changes every day, right? We use our body in different ways every day. So stretching ends up being different. We're here for 3 more rounds of breath, again, with that intention of softening and letting go. And just melting into this as best as you can. And then just slowly bring yourself back up. We're going to rotate to come onto our backs here. So I'm lying on my back. I'm going to come and bring my legs to the sky. I'm going to hold onto my toes for a nice plow, straight leg stretch. So I'm just holding the bottoms of my feet and just getting a nice stretch here for the back side body. The feet, the ankles, the calves, the hamstrings, the glutes. I feel it into my lower spine as well. Just doing your best to let go and soften. We'll take 3 more rounds of breath just like this. Again, really encourage your face and your jaw to let go, and your neck. And we'll just find a nice little twist here. So I'm going to release my hands from my feet, but keep my feet up to the sky and legs are straight. I'm going to open up my arms like an airplane, palms down. And then I'm just going to allow both legs to fall over to the right for this straight leg twist. Making any adjustment that feels right for you. If the leg staying straight doesn't feel good, you can always bend and just stack the knees. You can bring the gaze away from the legs if that feels nice. You could hold on to the legs. You could bring the arms in any position that feels right. You could hold the elbows overhead. You can keep them out like an airplane. Just finding your variation, your sweet spot. And take 3 more rounds of breath here. And then just slowly bring those legs back to the sky. I gotta make space here, I got the wall too close to me. And then just allowing the fall over to the left side. Again, finding any variation of this gentle twist that works for you. I'm making adjustments because I'm too close to the wall. Again, the gaze can look away. That often feels nice. It's just like that added little twist up to the cervical spine, the back of the neck. But whatever version, whatever feels right. The goal here is just to find a gentle spinal twist. So if you're finding that in whatever variation, then own it. Be with it. That's awesome. And take 3 more rounds of breath. And then again, just slowly bring those legs back to center. Realign yourself, center in your mat for our final last 2 minutes here. Most important pose, Savasana. So today let's do it on our backs. Open up our feet, knock our knees together so the soles of our feet are on our mat. And bring our right hand to our belly, left hand to our heart. Close the eyes and just fully let go here. And just allowing all dimensions of who we are to just find a bit of rebound, recovery, and rebuilding here just for the last minute or so. It's the time when all the tissues of our body will find new alignment, hopefully better and stronger. We've done the work, we've pulled, we've yanked, we've ripped. So now by taking a moment to pause, it allows all those tissues, all those cells to sort of move back into a better position. And it only can happen in a state of rest. So the importance of taking rest during your day and allowing your body to become stronger is so important. So just for the last 30 seconds or so here, just give yourself permission just to be. And when you're ready, just take a really great inhale through the nose. And a big sigh, exhale through the mouth. Do that one more time. And just hug those knees in towards the chest. You can bring your forehead towards your knees and just give yourself a really good squeeze here. And then just begin to roll forward and back until you get that momentum or the desire to come up into an easy sitting pose. Cross those ankles and sit up into an easy sitting pose.
If it serves you, you can bring your palms together and your hands at heart center. You can close the eyes for a moment and just go inward and notice the energy, the essence of who you are. What does it feel like right now? And then just turn up the sides of your mouth and give yourself a great thank you for offering up your practice today, to take out the time in your busy day to find your way onto your yoga mat. I hope this practice nourished your mind, your body, and your spirit. Namaste.